All right, hey everybody, this is Brad here with you, and I am sort of excited. I'm actually very excited because I'm going to be sharing with you an overview of a niche website I'm going to be starting. I wanted to, after talking with a lot of you all, thanks again for your emails and your comments and all that good stuff. After talking to a lot of y'all, a lot of y'all just want to know, they want to get you want to get into affiliate marketing, and you want something that's a proven formula, and you actually kind of want to learn the basics. Like a lot of people are throwing all these tools and all these advanced courses, all this crap at you, and there's too much noise out there in the industry. When honestly, creating a niche affiliate website is still one of the easiest things you can do to earn affiliate commissions, and grow a brand if you really wanted to grow a real legit business, which is the way I typically will treat. I didn't when I first started, but is the way I'll typically treat most of the things going forward. I'm looking to build some kind of business out of it. So, I have some successful niche affiliate websites that are still making me money. They've been making me money for years, and I don't even touch them. Except for the occasional, I'll go in and update plugins and stuff like that. But I don't add any more content. I'm not sending links. I'm not doing any kind of crazy stuff to it. So, I am got an idea for another kind of niche website that I wanted to start. So I figured it would be pretty cool to walk you all through the process of from start to finish, and I'll just keep updating it on the blog, and that'll also help me not have to think too much on I'm providing content out there. I can just show you guys this case study, and you'll learn all kinds of things from the initial planning to how I choose what kind of content to put on the site, how I lay out the site, and how it ultimately ends up getting traffic and then monetizing. So, the first part of any niche website, the first thing you want to do is kind of understand what you're getting into, not just randomly pick something. I mean, you kind of could, but ultimately you want to know if it's possible to make money, right? So let me walk you through just the overall process of what I'm doing, and then in future videos, and which will be blog posts and whatnot, I'll actually show each one of these things in detail and kind of how it all came about. But I'm going to give you the overview first. First thing is you're picking your market, and I usually just stick to health, wealth, and love. Those are the three money making, always money making kind of niches, if you will. And then within them, there's all sorts of sub niches. But so this one's going to be in the health category. And basically the first thing that I did, and you would want to do, is test the market, right? So this process is super simple. I'm just going to capture emails. I'm going to use some kind of lead magnet that I think is viable in the market. And actually, there's a little formula I use to determine kind of what I think the market is interested in, and based on content that's been shared already and in that niche. So I create some kind of quick little lead magnet around it, and then run traffic to basically that opt-in. And once I capture the email, I simply just ask them what they want. I put a little survey kind of into my opt-in kind of setup, my little opt-in funnel, and just ask them what their biggest pain is. And then what that'll do for me is one of two things. For one, I'm going to determine if people are even, interested and viable in this market. So if they're opting in and I'm collecting emails and I can do it cheaply, then, I'm pretty comfortable, exploring this niche a little further. And then based on their engagement, how many people actually engage and answer my question, that's huge. So if people are engaging in that niche, then I'm pretty comfortable going into it. And then the little other hidden little benefit here of this is when I ask them simply what is their biggest pain, I'm essentially building a database of content that I can provide in the future to them to help solve their problems. And more importantly, I can understand how to monetize, around that as well. So that's kind of accomplishing several different things. So these answers to this question will end up turning into ways that I will, help solve their problems through content and products. So, all right. So once that is done, that phase is kind of finished, I will go into, let me grab, there we are. Okay. The next piece of that is build the platform, right? So I got my emails. I'm kind of building up a list ahead of time, which is kind of cool. That's another thing about that. So I already have a list of people that I can send to this platform when I choose what it is. And in this case, in most cases, not all the time, but in most cases, I'm going to be building out a niche website. And my content is simply a blog, right? So it's going to be a WordPress website. It's going to be set up. It's just going to be something clean, nothing fancy, something clean and simple that I can provide the content that my audience would be interested in, right? So it's really that simple. That's the next step in this process. Nothing out of the ordinary there. And then once my platform's built, I'm going to start sending traffic to it. There's actually one little piece missing out of here that I didn't talk about is email. All these emails I've collected, I'll be emailing them, letting them know that the blog is active. And so I can get some traffic right to the blog right away, day one. The other thing I'll be doing is I'll be putting together blog content for SEO purposes. So I can help rank that content and get organic traffic coming to the site. I'll show you how I do that. And then Facebook traffic. So I'm going to continue to send Facebook traffic to any kind of lead magnets, maybe that original one. The other one, the one I'm using actually is converting really well. So I'll probably do that. And then as I learn more about their pains and what content people are responding to the most, I'll create other lead magnets and segment out those lists, based on those different categories of interest or pains that they have. And that way I can really segment out and provide each segment their own kind of solutions or answers to their problems. The other thing I'll be sending Facebook traffic to is content. So every time I publish a blog post, I'll be, I already have a Facebook page because that's what I'm sending. I'm using Facebook traffic to build my list. So I'll just be posting my blog post there. And then I'll either boost those posts or just run a simple ad just for a day to that content. Typically what I'll do is I'll boost the post, just that blog post to, a few of the main interests and see how it does. If it performs well, I may, do something to that content to help either monetize it or make sure that I have clear call to actions to drive people to a list or some other action. But bottom line is I use it to kind of test content. So if it takes off in that little 1-day boost, then I know it's something interesting that I can use in the future for a lead magnet or whatever. So I always send Facebook traffic to my content. I'll probably develop a couple other social profiles that I'll be putting this content out on. So the point here I'm going to make is I'm going to do this pretty white hat. I'm not going to be sending a bunch of links to it. I'll let Google, through like Google Analytics and Webmaster Tools, kind of tell me what people are interested in and what I'm ranking for. And then, if I see something, a big opportunity that I want to do some quick linking to, I may do that. But for the most part, I'm just going to keep creating content that is very engaging and answers questions that my market has, and that'll bring them. And you'll see what that looks like. It works pretty smooth. So. And then last is monetize it. Really that simple. Here's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do a couple of different things. I'll probably start off with some basic AdSense, just a couple blocks. Some of the main ones like the 300 by 250 have that kind of, I'll strategically lay it out and I'll show you. Of course, you guys will see that. You'll see what it looks like. I'll probably then eventually, as I get more traffic, incorporate native ads, something like Outbrain or Taboola, sponsored content at the end of my posts. Just more opportunities to monetize. Eventually, once my traffic numbers hit, I will use a site like Buy Sell Ads and just basically sell banner space on my website. And then what happens is, specifically like native ads and the banner space in particular, depending on what's converting, what I see the most, what monetizes the best. Like, for example, in the banner ad space, if I see someone repeat putting ads on my site, then it's going to tip me off to what's super popular with my audience, and that'll help me along with my surveys and what blog posts are the most popular. I'll be able to develop some internal products and then sell those myself, put together little sales funnels and whatnot that I can have throughout the site, selling different things just purely based on what my audience kind of indicates that they like. So it's really that simple. this is really what we do for any niche affiliate website that we want to kind of build out and really turn into something. So again, test the market, get traffic if it's viable, if you are able to get traffic, and find out, and getting an engaging niche, and build the platform, send traffic to it, and then monetize. So this was the big overview. So the future videos, I'll try not to drag out so long, but I wanted you all to see the big picture. So before we go, so where I'm at right now is I'm actually about to build the platform, because I've already been doing this piece right here for at least 2 weeks now. And I have an email list that's built up pretty nice, and I got a decent amount of survey responses. So now I already know what kind of content, basically the issues my audience is already having. So when I set up the blog, I'll already know what kind of categories and content that I'm going to start off with, because my market's already telling me what their biggest pain points are. So I'm going to start helping them address those and get my blog, get some traffic on there, and get people reading it and engaged, so I can just continue to grow that out. So, all right. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you like that insight. Stay tuned. Probably, maybe I'll try to keep it consistent, like every Wednesday or something is where I'll be doing this. I'll mail out my list. If you're not on the list, jump on to, there should be a box below this video in the post where you can click and just get on my list. And this is I try not to bombard you. I just try to hit different topics that you are interested in, like traffic and affiliate marketing and whatnot. So just you can jump on the list, and you'll get a heads up every time I get one of these posts done and are ready, so you can check out the latest installment of this kind of this niche affiliate website case study, if you will. So, all right, hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments below, and if not, I will see you in the next video. Cheers.